But there is a cave house just around the corner. This is for sure the real deal. Let's go inside and take a look at it. Welcome to the Smart Travel Family YouTube channel and a tour of the TF3 trail in Anaga Rural Park. The trail is similar to the TF2 and TF5 trails in the park, but the benefit of it is that it is a circular trail. So if you are coming here by car, then you will be able to return to the same location where you started the trail. This is what the trail looks like. You can start it in two locations. You can either start from Anaga Rural Park and make the full circle this way, or you can start from Valle Brosque, which is also serviced by public transportation, and then go up here and come down, or the other way around. What we did today, we were starting from Valle Brosque because then you have the ascent at the start and then you can descend towards the end of the trail. This is one of those trails that you can do with your kids. Some other trails have some sketchy bits, but this one was quite okay for my 12-year-old, right? This is the start of the trail and also the place where the public transportation stops. Don't be put off by the fact that the trail passes by a house so nearby. This is not the only trail who does this. You are on the right way here. I'm recording this after we finish the trail, and I can heartily recommend that you take the trail to the left when you start the trail from Valle Brosque, because in this way you will have a much more mild ascent, less steep, and you will end the trail on a steeper descent, but also much more picturesque. This is the first kilometer in the trail. We are doing it in January, so the vegetation is very lush and green, very pleasant to the eye. If you would be doing the trail in the summertime, it would be less green, but actually this is one of the greenest areas of the island, so you also should not expect any desert landscapes. How these videos work is I make a short clip every kilometer or so, and then also at particularly noteworthy spots, so that when you take this trail, you also would know what to expect. There are a few creeks on the trail. You will not really have to wade them through any other months except January, February, when there is more rain. But always there are these rocks here, so it's quite easy to get over. The trail ascends quite a little in the first 1.5 kilometers, but after that you can expect quite rapid climbs. I don't know whether you see the people behind me, but there are people descending, so it's definitely many more serpentines and steeper parts. The trails in Anaga are very well marked. If you see a cross, that's not the right road. You just have to look for the flag, like the one there, and that's where you need to go. And the 2 kilometers we are already quite high above the sea or ocean level. You can see the ocean in the distance. This is to the left of Santa Cruz. It's a very pleasant temperature on the trail, but if you will be walking in the summertime, be sure to definitely take along enough water and also probably a sun hat, because this is pretty much all in open terrain without any forests. This is a nice surprise. Someone has planted these palm trees. They usually don't grow like this in the wild, but someone has brought up some saplings and planted them in a straight line here on the side of the road. And the 2.6 kilometers, you are entering the rainforest zone, where you are starting to get trails that are more typical of the Anaga Rural Park. We are now at the 3 kilometer mark. The dog is a bit tired, but rest assured he's being well fed and watered. And here we are finally almost on top of the peak, and there is quite a magnificent view here. You can see the Maria Jimenez town down below, and to the very right the part of Santa Cruz. What is this? What is this? We are arriving at some kind of a garden, finca. No idea what this vegetable is. Looks something similar to aubergine. If you are ascending from Valle Brosque, at around the 3 kilometer mark, you will get this water fountain. I don't know whether it's drinkable water, but at least you can wash off your face and hands, and if you have animals with you, they'll have fresh water. There is a very nice surprise after the water fountain, still at the 3 kilometer mark. The trail continues up here, but some kind soul has put 2 chairs over here. This is amazing. Look at the superb view here. What better place to enjoy some passion fruit? Bon appétit! At precisely the 3.5 kilometer mark, there is this awkward spot where there are no further trail signs, but you see that there is a chain in front of the property, so we must continue up here. This is actually a common issue with most trails, that they are very well marked, but there are these 1 or 2 spots that are problematic, where you sometimes don't know where to go next. So it really pays to have a navigation app like Maps.me, All Trails, Wikiloc, and some others. And 3.5 kilometers and 2 hours later, we have ascended up to Anaga mountains. There is the road here, so it should be a few hundred meters on the road, and then we will join the trail again that will lead us down to Valle Brosque. This segment on the road is about 900 meters from path to path, but it's not too bad. There is this beautiful view here, and the traffic is quite gentle. If you are walking on the road, you will also see this sign that mentions the TF-3 trail. So this is a brief moment where the two paths intersect on top of the Anaga ridges. As you are walking here, as soon as you reach the Casa Forestal or the forest warden's hut, don't go straight on the road as we did, because we didn't look in our navigation app, but turn left here, because the path actually continues along the TF-3 trail for a short bit up here. So it's a little bit up the ridge. Then TF-3 goes down to the Tagañana village, and TF-3 goes to the right. And this is what you will get around the 5 kilometer mark, shortly after the Casa Forestal. Very Bosque Encantado look. This is not that most popular of Anaga trails, but you will get a glimpse of it because the trees there look very similar. We absolutely love this moss, the climate here, the magic feeling. I'm certain you will love it too. And this is where the two trails split. At around the 5 kilometer mark, you will see this shepherd's hut to also shelter hikers from rain. And to the left it's TF-3 to Tagañana, and TF-3 to the right to Valle Brosque. At 5.5 kilometers you are getting back to the road after a short detour in Anaga forest. Now you have to walk about 70 meters, and then right after that rock wall we'll be back on forest trail. The 6 kilometer mark, we are already on the descent. There is a lovely path still near to the top in Anaga Rural Park, but now nicely descending. And this is what the trail looks like here, what you can expect. And at 6.3 kilometers we are back to having the beautiful panoramas of this side of the island. If you are walking with animals, be sure to have water for them, because this is a very hot trail and they really get thirsty quite quickly. Kilometer 7, we are quickly approaching the end of the trail, and one more delight, we found a waterfall, a tiny one, but still a waterfall. The descent is quite stunning, and we suggest that you follow our advice on which direction in the route to pick to be able to enjoy similar views and escape the really hard descent. At roughly 7.3 kilometers, when you descend down to Valle Brosque, we suggest that you take this very small detour here. And what you will get is not only a nice view, but nothing that spectacular, but there is a cave house just around the corner. This is for sure the real deal. Let's go inside and take a look at it. It's surprising how little space there is actually. There is only this one smaller room right here. And then a second larger room in the interior, and that's more or less it. And it turns out that besides this, there is a second rock house here. Let's go and check it out. And we end up here, to an even larger rock house. For some reason, for us, the trail is a bit longer than the advertised 7.4 kilometers. We are now fast approaching Valle Brosque, and it is the steepest part of the trail. So it's serpentines all the way down, and we have to descend to the barranco or the ravine, and then it's probably 500 meters until the end of the trail. We have finished the trail. For us it took almost 9 kilometers, so definitely more than the 7.4 as advertised, but it could be partially because we counted in the section on the road in Anaga Rural Park that the official trail map doesn't do. Well, this is one of the least popular trails in Anaga Rural Park. The parking is notoriously difficult here. These are the locals who have stopped on the side of the street here, and basically the situation is like that to the very trailhead. There are almost no, except like maybe 1 or 2 legal parking spots. We also thought about leaving car like the locals here, but a kind lady did alert us that police visits this place from time to time, and apparently there is a fine. She said grande and fine, I don't remember the Spanish word for it, so you might think about it. We ended up choosing to park 800 meters down the road, as you can see in the video here, just to be on the safe side. So if you cannot find a parking spot, one more option is to use the public transport that goes until the very start of the trail, and either use it from La Laguna or Santa Cruz, or just park somewhere down in the town near the ocean and then come up here by the bus. More comment about weather. In this trail you really have to be ready for quite diverse weather, from very hot to quite chilly, because you are ascending from the ocean coast. But when you get to the Anaga Rural Park, you have to bear in mind that there can be the nube del mare, or clouds of the sea, which can make the temperature drop quite significant. I would say that the temperature difference between the sea level and the very top can be even 10 degrees. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you found it useful. If you enjoyed it, please press like and subscribe, and see you next time.